Sit down, my friends. I got some bad news, but also some good news. Hey guys, MasakoX here. Now today's discussion is a little more abstract in its design. It all comes off the back of various sources that state that the future of Super is not going to go past the end of Z. Age 784 is indeed the cutoff point for Dragonball Super, confirmed by Toyotaro quite recently. At a recent press event at Italy's Napoli Comic Con, Toyotaro was asked a question by an interviewer about what the future of Super was going to look like, and Toyotaro obliged. I imagine you have read until Volume 2, where Goku Black appears, so we will discover later on the events that will be unleashed. Of course, the story has to end like the original Dragon Ball Z, so at least you know that, without a doubt, Goku, Vegeta, and the others will survive. Strangely enough, according to the Twitter feed that I sourced this quote from, as well as the transcript, this part of the official transcript and the translation was not included. The official translators did not include this answer to the official read. Interesting, and I can see why though. This does give the game away quite a lot. But what does it mean, really? Well, it's kind of obvious. Super isn't going to be rewriting the end of Dragon Ball Z after all. At least, not right now. That could easily change in the coming months or years if the Universal Survival Arc turns out to be immensely popular, and it would be worth Toei's while to continue the story onwards past Z. They could change it, they can just swap something out easily, I mean, they're in control of the story. Besides, we've still got 3 or 4 years until we get to age 784 in the story. We're about age 780, 781. There's plenty of time, because a lot of the arcs in Dragon Ball can take place over a couple of days, a week, maybe a couple of weeks at most. There's still plenty of time to shoehorn in a couple more arcs. Also, it speaks volumes. For those people thinking that there's no peril in Dragon Ball Super, there's just no intrigue or just danger in there, then you can actually be somewhat validated based on Toyotaro's comments. No one's going to unexpectedly die, or at least not stay dead, and that everything's going to turn out okay. Ugh, alright. But this also means something greater. The 2 newest additions to the cast, Bra and Pan, won't be really contributing much to the story. And this has probably been one of the biggest questions that people have asked me. Are Pan and Bra going to be doing anything in Super? One of the biggest desires in the fandom is for Bra and Pan to be doing something in the story, not just being there looking cute. Although, actually, that is still quite a good thing, they are pretty cute. Dragon Ball Super provided a perfect opportunity for these characters to be doing something else, and something different, something we'd never seen before, based on a time skip. It was a grand change of pace, as well as giving other side characters the chance to do stuff, which it has been succeeding at, to be fair. On the whole, Super has been pretty eye-opening to us fans. We have been just seeing the same thing happen again and again for decades, and now we've got a brand new series to watch, and something that we're experiencing brand new stuff on a weekly basis. That's great! That's just something new. It's just like we were kids again when we were watching Dragon Ball Z for the first time. Really nice. So understandably, you might be a little worried that these two's place in the show is a little bit under threat. But don't worry, Pan's place in the show is quite easily assured based on the fact that there is a lot of fan knowledge of her based on what she did in Z and in GT. These 2 incarnations of Pan have been highly prominent in the fan community for, the best part of 20 years. For both cute and disappointingly annoying reasons. Side note, Japanese Pan is far more tolerable than English Pan. So of course, Pan was easily going to feature in Dragon Ball Super. She even contributed to the Battle of Gods arc and the movie before she was even born. She proved crucial to the Super Saiyan God ritual as the 6th Saiyan-blooded person to help Goku get the power that he needed to take on Beerus with. In fact, Pan even got her own episode in Dragon Ball Super where she proved that not only was she just a cute face, but she was also extremely powerful for being so young. Nobody expected that, both in the show and in the fandom. And I'm just speaking for myself here. Everything that she did in GT that annoyed everybody has been completely redeemed by that episode. So even now, Pan has not been forgotten, nor will she be. As for Bra though, ooh, things are a little bit more precarious. In fact, there are still people out there that consider Bra to be non-canon. Have you actually watched the series and the manga? She is in there, so she is perfectly canon. For a while in Super, we were actually beginning to wonder whether Bra would share the same fate as Launch in the fact that Toriyama might have forgotten about Bra. Now, Toriyama may no longer be the day-to-day director of the series at large, but he is still providing many crucial plot points that the team follow. He provides the goods for Toyotaro, Toei, and Shueisha in order for them to tart everything up to make it presentable both on screen and in print. For the best part of a year during the Future Trunks Goku Black arc, not a hint of bra was present, not even an inkling, and this was age 780, around the time when she was supposed to be born, at least according to the Daizenshuu books. We all began to think and worry that Super might be on course to be creating one of the biggest plot holes that they could possibly do, omitting an entire character which was the daughter of two of the show's most prominent and popular characters. That would have been bad. Now, it's my own personal theory that we did see, sort of, the conception of bra back in episode 43 of Super. When Goku stumbled across Bulma in her towel, and then a not too happy Vegeta witnessed the whole thing happen, then I can imagine that things got a little bit heated once Goku disappeared. Now, instead of Vegeta and Bulma getting angry with each other, I would imagine that they would have directed their frustration into other avenues, if you catch my drift. And then bra was a thing. Now, it may not have been the exact way how things happened, but this is just what I think. That's my own headcanon. Our prayers were answered when we saw the preview for episode 77, the beginning of the universe survival arc. We saw Bulma pregnant, and we just thought, oh, thank God, okay, bra's gonna be a thing. It's actually a series first, believe it or not, seeing somebody pregnant. None of the other Dragon Ball mothers have been shown to do something so normal as getting pregnant. We just usually have a time skip and then kids are there. We just have to accept it, like, oh, they have kids now. Have fun with that. I mean, yeah, Videl was pregnant with Pan in the Battle of Gods arc, but it wasn't visually obvious. When she was finally born, she was born immaculately, thanks to the ever-changing powers of Whis. Seriously though, that angel can do anything. Maybe that's deliberate. We don't know much about him, and thanks to the way the plot seems to be taking Whis, I think that might just stay that way. Kwaman's actually done a really cool video about the matter, and I'll link to that in the description and up top for your amusement. So now we've got Pan and Bra in Super, so we don't have to worry about their existence, but what are they going to do? If Toyotaro's comment is true, and it continues to be so until the end of Super's production, then we're going to have a bit of problem on our hands. These children are not going to be doing any fighting anytime soon. Well, we kind of got a little bit of play fighting with Pan and the Pilaf gang, but I'm talking about serious punching of things, not just idle play dates. Sorry, Pilaf. Now, the end of Dragon Ball Z itself shows Pan and Bra to be about 5 and 4 years old, respectively. And Bra doesn't really look like much of a fighter, but Pan does. Pan does indeed exhibit her Saiyan desire to fight locked deep within her, and in my Is Pan the Legendary Super Saiyan video, I explain why. She might be the ultimate combination of human blood and Saiyan blood. Gohan was just too wild as a child to contain his Saiyan rage, and it took the likes of the Elder Kai later on in life for Gohan to get a handle on it, so now he's actually in total control. Pan, though, has just the right amount of human blood and Saiyan blood, that ratio, to actually get a handle on everything right from infancy. Her Saiyan rage doesn't override her human sensibilities. Now let's take a look at Daizenshuu 7's biographies for Pan and Bra. Let's see if those shed any light. A quarter Saiyan born to the half Saiyan Gohan and the Earthling Videl after Majin Buu's annihilation. With Goku and Mr. Satan as her grandfathers, she was born into what is in many ways an amazing lineage. She spent more time being trained by her grandfather Goku than her father or mother, which she enjoys. Her other grandfather, Mr. Satan, seems to dote on her incessantly. Being a quarter Saiyan though, she's never become an Ozaru or Super Saiyan. Her Saiyan blood gives her outstanding fighting talent. Compared to Gohan, Goten or Trunks, who slacked off in their training, she enjoys to train. Goku seems to be extremely fond of her. What's more, she calls Goku Gramps, giving off a feeling of rusticity such as Goku used to have when he was a boy, something not seen in Gohan or Goten. Well, they do say that certain traits skip a generation, maybe Pan's a lot more like Goku than Gohan. Also, even though Pan was only in a few episodes of Dragon Ball Z, that's a pretty comprehensive bio, so what does Bra say? Though she's Bulma and Vegeta's daughter, her eyes, hair color, and skin color are all just like her mother's, and she hasn't inherited any of her father's distinguishing characteristics. It seems that instead of Goku and Goten, who are like two peas in a pod, the opposite phenomenon occurred here. Personality-wise, she is a precocious girl who has a bit of impishness. Right. She's just basically a younger Bulma with no trace of Vegeta at all. That's not gonna go down well with the fans. Also, the fact that her bio is far less comprehensive than Pan's indicates the fact that Toriyama didn't really think much about Bra and didn't really provide much information for the writers of the Daizenshu guide to then go forward with. That's not good when you want to try and establish a new generation of characters and fighters. You should really think about Bra more, Toriyama. So it is indeed quite possible that we won't see Pan and Bra go Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball Super, because we certainly didn't see that in Dragon Ball Z. But you know what? That's okay. Wait, what? Masako? You're saying that's okay? You've been championing female Super Saiyans ever since you started doing these discussions. Why are you just giving up on these characters now? Well, don't worry. Toriyama's got our backs. Sure, we may not get to see Pan and Bra become female Super Saiyans, but we will see Saiyans that are female become Super Saiyans. You know, that will still happen. Enter Caulifla and Kale, the two female Saiyans that will be the most likely candidates to become female Super Saiyans in the main series. Now, we have seen female Super Saiyans before in the Dragon Ball Heroes spin-off, but when it comes to the main timeline, we have not seen this before. Kaba is going to be the one to assist Caulifla and Kale in unlocking their Super Saiyan traits. Now, despite Bra and Pan not spearheading the female Super Saiyan movement, it will still happen though, thanks to the likes of Caulifla and Kale from Universe 6. Perhaps this is Toriyama's way of making it up to us, you know, the fact there have been no female Super Saiyans. Although really, he's not really shown that much consideration for his fans before, so I kind of doubt that. Maybe he's had guidance from another source. Maybe Toyotaro's influence, which is ever increasing, is actually swaying Toriyama into a whole new way of thinking. Now, we don't know exactly for sure whether this is the case, but it is entirely possible. So as for the daughters of Gohan and Vegeta, we won't be seeing them leading any charges in the story, but they will certainly have a place within the plot, and they will actually be really important to the story, I think, just in different ways. For now, we just have to be grateful that somebody on the production team reminded Toriyama that Vegeta and Bulma had another kid, and to make sure that Pan had some semblance of kicking butt from an early age. So yeah, okay, so far so good. Now, what I really want to see is toddler Pan with a pixie cut. That would just be the cutest thing ever. So what do you guys think? What would you like to see Bra and Pan do in the remaining time of Super? Do you think Caulifla and Kale will be strong female Super Saiyans? Leave a comment below and let's get this discussion going. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you later.